Yeah, that'll take off like half the journey if we port.
All right, welcome everybody to another day of Pantheon. We're going to be returning to the Orcs today and about to port a little bit closer to our destination. That was quick.
There we go. Yep.
I am.
It was cool to see everybody hop over, because that was wild.
All right, we're gonna head out here and go right along the wall. We'll pass by HC, and then we will be right around the corner from the orcs. Anybody gets aggro, let us know, please. Oh, there are some skeletons and
N-N-I-N. Played a half-elf paladin. We finally convinced him that his surname needed to be N-N-N.
Yeah, some people tried to. Oh, if you're KOS to let's kill this Wandering Wild spell. If you're KOS to what's his name? The Bolt. If you kill this, you'll get faction to not be KOS to him, so
Interesting.
did everybody get a faction hit?
Yep.
Yeah,
Order of Lightning improved?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Then you shouldn't be KOS to what's his name? The Bolt anymore.
Really? Just the one kill, huh?
Yep, you're right on the edge, so
Interesting.
if you didn't get a faction hit, I'm sorry. It's just a normal mob, so it goes down pretty quick.
Hey, viewer. Guessing that's T-Song.
No, I'm just getting on there now.
Hey, go puppies, all relaxed. Easy peasy. So this lake, the other side of the lake is towards Demeth. The west side of the lake is towards HC. Towards HC. West side of the lake is towards Orcs and Silent Plains. And north side of the lake? I want to say that's nearer to, whatchamacallit? Mad Run. So these are orcs. The bottom, you guys know, are the like solo orcs and wolves. Top side are going to be the group ones, and the group ones to look out for are the Hex Masters and the Bone Callers, or whatever they're called.
These are the ones that fear, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they both can. It depends on their level. But they'll have a mass fear spell. The Bone Caller summons a lot of skeletons. They hit hard, but they don't have a lot of hit points. And then the Hex Masters have 3 dots that they put on a target and it really hurts.
Yep.
The Brutes, or whatever they're called, they stomp. They have an AoE knockback and snare. Really, those are all the main mechanics. Looks like there might be a group up there. Let's
What?
see.
Scandalous.
Oh, this place can take like 3 groups, so.
Established dominance.
My kitty girl. Miss Cutie Girl. You're the cutie girl.
Yeah, I remember we were camping right by this tree.
Yeah.
Things like sequoia sized.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Ready.
Okay, we'll get this wolf here. What? Why did they all despawn?
What?
Every one of the orcs just despawned.
What?
It doesn't make sense in this area, but they respawn, despawn morning and night.
Okay.
No, like they have it set on that day-night mechanic that spawns the skeletons and stuff. But it's the same mobs.
Gotta see here.
It'd be interesting if there was a daytime version that were not orcs.
Or like, yeah, they could be werewolves. That'd be cool.
That'd be fun, yeah.
Who doesn't love were orcs?
Right? We got one right here, Rad.
Oh.
Or yeah, that would be cool, like skeletal orcs at night.
Yeah.
My pet is totally lost.
Leather, 20 armor, 1 stamina, 1 charisma, chest. Does that work for anyone? Funny that there's good loot dropping and none of us need it.
Right.
Here's Chain 24, 1 stamina, 1 intellect. Legs.
Brad hooked us all up.
He did. I need to discipline myself to work on my armor smithing so I can get myself some wisdom plate. See what that does for me.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
Although with the way they're differentiating stats now, I'm not sure if it's as necessary.
I have all sorts of dots on me.
I can't take care of any of that.
They're gone. Do their dots stack? Do you know, Rad? Like if we have 2 Hex Masters, can I have 6 dots on me, or do they not? Yeah, that sounds very painful if they can, because their dots are... Ow.
He's seen 2 Orc Shamans stack heals over time. So the reverse should be true. Saying that for the viewers out there who might not be able to read the chat. Heals help against the dots. Brad, do you find that the healers are all equal? Can they all do the job, or are clerics dominant like in EverQuest?
Paladins.
Yeah. They definitely dominate over EQ paladins, I'd say. Since he feels like they can all do the job. been a long time. It seems like it's been a long time since we've been able to play with you, T-Zog. Were you here last? Were you with us last week?
No, we didn't. You guys didn't play on Sunday,
That's right. Yeah.
and I just can't do Saturday very often.
Right. Well, how have your games been going?
Good. Good. I finished book 1 of my adventure path for Pathfinder yesterday. So we're going to move on to book 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they had the big boss fight. The big boss was rolling terrible on the dice, but the party was rolling terribly as well, so it wasn't so bad. It's terrible when one side is rolling really well and the other is rolling terribly, and then things are kind of just curb stomped.
So does that make the fight longer when both sides roll terribly?
It makes it a little bit longer. Yeah. But that's okay. Then you get to showcase more of the special abilities and things like that.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
Any exciting news in Lotro?
Let's see. Well, they got a new expansion that's going to come out in the fall and raise the level cap, so I guess that's exciting, but
Interesting.
I don't know, but
What's that expansion going to be? I thought they had already made it to Mordor.
oh yeah, we're way past Mordor. Mordor was many years ago. We defeated Sauron a long time ago, but there's a whole lot of mess to clean up in the world since his departure. Yeah. Yep, he had lots of minions and lieutenants and whatever scattered throughout the world doing evil stuff, so pretty good. They do a lot of really deep lore exploration, so right now all of the current content has been in Umbar and Harad, some areas that are never really covered much in the books other than mentioned.
It's a bonus weekend on EQ. So it's one of those weekends where that's just always in the back of my mind when I'm not
Yeah.
playing EQ.
There's a lot going on Memorial Day too. It's PaizoCon online. There's a lot of game conventions that are always over Memorial Day. So my friends are going to one of the local game conventions, but just want to stay home because I was out of town for a while too. So, but I think it coincided with somebody else being out of town, so we didn't play. Always have to go visit my mother for Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's what took us out of a Pantheon weekend as well. Oh, when's Father's Day? That's coming up.
June 19th, I think.
Father's Day, let's see. Calendar says the 15th of June. Third Sunday of June.
I got a jury summons for the second day of June.
Oh no.
I can't remember what they did, but they just recently raised the compensation for jury duty in California. It's like $100 a day or something.
Oh, it's not going to be anything like that in Texas.
Yeah. Oh,
They're not gonna. I mean, they're probably not gonna select me.
never know.
Well,
I
I'm
don't know what they're
gonna.
looking for.
Yeah, I have a
No.
special needs child though, so I am gonna ask to be exempted because it would require my wife to have to take time off while I was doing jury duty.
Yeah.
Which she'd probably be okay with. I wish I was as effective as these orcs without armor on.
Yeah.
There must be one uber loincloth.
Loincloth of destruction.
Loincloth of infinite power.
Yep. Runic loincloth of infinite. You can come up with lots of cool names.
Of
You
miraculous
gotta
coverage.
have MMO names to differentiate it from the other types of powerful loincloths you could loot.
Prox fear.
I got some dots on. Mm-hmm. Okay. Those ones weren't as bad. Prox charm, yeah.
I'm doing such a good job with the spell effects.
Yeah, they're not overdone or underdone. I'm still just amazed at the lighting too when you look out in the distance, like over to the southwest there.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the trees and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the little light through the trees. Tira, you're awfully quiet. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Did you end up doing anything fun in EverQuest this morning?
Got 3 levels on my cleric.
Nice. What level is it now?
80, almost 81.
Oh, very nice.
We don't do the
Yeah.
Sunday fun day thing later. I guess we'll go back and work on the
Ooh.
effect.
long staff, 17 damage, 1 strength, 1 wisdom.
Sounds like a moving.
Druid probably too.
Is it one
Oh,
hand or
yeah.
two?
It's two-handed. The staff.
Okay.
You want a staff?
No, thank you.
I don't have a staff, so for skill ups,
Oh,
I
yeah.
could use it.
Okay. When he's dead.
And I can have, well, let's see, also, yeah, that's the last weapon I need so that I have something to skill up on.
So I got my raid cleric to 59 this morning. Almost 60.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So I'll finish him out today at some point.
Just say the word
Yeah.
and be 65 in 30 minutes.
And then I think
Yeah.
I'm going to take my 100 bard into Skyfire and just round up absolutely everything.
Your what level on your cleric?
My 100 bard. Just have him grouped with the cleric.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, I have a 75 warrior. I can take you to, like, the farm and dragon scale. And see how many levels you get in one pull there. Because that stuff's like 75.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking of trying to get the 4 pearls because none dropped yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I still can't believe that. I feel really bad now.
I felt
Yeah.
like I usually would get like 1 a session. Like I'd get 1 after several hours and then I'd come back another day. But so it surprised me because I thought we might get a couple of them.
The way I was pulling last night, I'm surprised we didn't get all of them.
Yeah.
RNG, it's all about the RNG.
Got an AFK just a moment.
Oh, you're there.
Still just so funny that Tailendor snuck up on us.
That's right. That was funny.
Oh, after you went to bed, we went to do BP last night.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
We got a couple names.
Nice.
Tabitha got something in OT around the way. I guess it's 100 thing in OT in the bag.
Some golem? Yeah. That's why we wanted your wizard to get the West Waste portal so we could go to the COV Tower of Vishan. Or Temple of Vishan, sorry, that tower.
Wizard? Who's
Not your wizard, yeah, Bear's wizard, sorry.
Wrong bit.
Yep. A wizard.
wizards are only good for one thing.
Portals?
Yeah.
Unless your name is Jesus.
Yeah, I was like struggling to beat the Shadow Knight on damage with my wizard. I was very disappointed in myself. I figure I'm doing something wrong. Is it 91, 92, something like that?
I've never played a wizard in the request either.
Maybe.
Fun.
It's time to make them.
Don't think I've ever played a cleric.
I'm looking forward to playing one at upper levels to see if it gets more exciting. They can be a lot of fun to paint, like, but once, you know, if you've got a group that is well geared and knows what they're doing, then clerics can be a very boring job.
It's the way that like us and Alec play. It's continuous, non-stop healing.
Yeah.
That can be fun.
Especially in the satanic music note.
Right. Oh, that mission is fun.
There was no. It's evil.
You just pull half the zone, that'll give you something to heal Zorga.
Yeah. Myself.
Right, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, yeah. You gotta interrupt those mantle of the rivers.
We're kind of interrupt shy. Do you
We're
have
not.
an interrupt?
No, Shaman doesn't have any. At least I don't yet.
I think our monk is our only interrupt.
Yeah, I don't have any either.
I can
Paladin
stun
has none.
every once in a while. Like,
Yeah.
it takes reckoning, and that doesn't.
Druid has one. Druid has an interrupt.
Yeah, I've been using it every time.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's just that, you know, the little. I think, does that one have a little bit of a delay? No, that one's got a cast time or something. I can't remember. But,
30 seconds.
mm,
Oh no, it exposes the target for 30 seconds.
Feels like we have a lot more damage than last time we were here.
does. Gotten about a bubble of XP so far.
I feel like this game does a very good job of making the level feel like a level. Like, where your character feels a lot more powerful.
Yeah.
And like you work to achieve the level.
Yeah, that too.
Unlike the 10 levels I got this morning in plane of innovation running behind a 77 Shadow Knight. Like, I just had 2 characters on auto follow on a 77, and then I had all damage marks. And just ran the circuit around just did a couple of clockwise rotations and had the levels. But I mean, once you get up into 115 plus, the levels feel like levels in EQ.
Yeah. Unless you like running that 126th anniversary mission over and over again.
Or Gribbles.
Oh, yeah.
There was one dribble there too.
Yeah, we can do that now. We're 80.
Oh yeah, that'll make it go real quick.
CLP opens the 28th.
What opens at 28th?
CLP.
Oh, okay. I don't know how popular this one's going to be.
I heard a bunch of people say they're skipping it. I think we should put some serious thought into doing a Vanicki achievement to claim on FE.
Ooh. You can still get them?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Like even the old world ones?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right? Like, Bear, you know about this, right?
What's that?
Don't you have Vanicki characters?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, I have one or two. Yeah, I actually started there. Actually, when I came back to EQ. I don't remember what the levels they are.
Need to rebuff.
Ooh. I'm silenced. Very silenced.
Rebuffs here.
Wow, I'm getting a second row of buffs now.
Yeah. I think I have everything right. Yep. Except for Rad's Enchanter buffs. Which I am a huge fan of that readiness buff, let me tell you.
I got you my readiness buff, didn't I? I did, yeah.
Oh, that's yours. Okay,
The
never
pink
mind.
book? Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
that's me.
I thought that was Rad. Okay, never mind. Thank you, Zorgo.
It's what I do.
What, don't chainers have some buff that looks like a book?
They do. It's intelligence, though.
Okay. Maybe that's why I was just like, oh, the books is like graphic buffs must come from an enchanter, and I just assumed.
Well, and theirs are purple, and that one's kind of purpley, hot pink at least. So most of my other two are gold.
Yeah.
Well, then the sword, the blue sword is mine also.
That one I don't have.
Oh, you don't have it? Hold on. Maybe only one target can have it at a time.
It may not stack with... What does it do? Oh, no, there I have it. Okay. Auto attacks heal between 1 and 50. Ah, that's awesome. Oh, don't do that.
Oh, yeah, but it took it off of me. So it's a tank buff or a solo buff.
It does appear to stack with my self-heal buff, too.
And probably Vine, so like you might be like healing yourself for 100 points on every hit or something
That'd
crazy.
be wild.
Oh, got another spear.
Oh wait, I was gonna give you that staff.
Oh yeah.
All right, I gotta head out, folks. I'm sorry.
Good
No
group, man.
problem.
Take care.
Yeah, thanks to the group.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right, Tavik, where are you? Fix your internet. Do we want to change it up at all? See the spiders?
Well, we lost a lot of DPS.
Yeah, we did.
Let's see how this one goes.
There's another one of the same staffs. Yeah, we're now like the anti-DPS group.
Mm-hmm. All the heals.
Zog, have you been playing on any of the other servers?
Yeah, I have a friend I play with on Thursday nights. We're playing on Haven Song. Haven Song, yeah. I've been playing a druid over there. I think I like Shaman better though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Were you thinking about the TLP coming up?
No. No, it'll be just a bunch of gold farmers and chrono farmers and whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
I just think that they can't really have a fun TLP with all the chrono stuff.
I think that's why everybody likes the randomized loot thing that they had on Mischief so much, is that it makes it a lot harder for them to do that.
I don't
No, but
think it does.
For farming no, it didn't make a difference. And then with it's the XP. Everybody's getting in the paying chrono to get all of their AAs power
Oh.
leveled and stuff. All that stuff is just no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the zones get filled with endless spam of that going on.
Yeah, I found that like the random loot made it so that bosses that were never camped were always camped because their loot table was so much larger.
Yeah.
And if you were needing something for a specific item, you never knew exactly where to go. Because now it was actually like it was harder to get an FBSS because it was less likely to drop from where you knew it would drop. And so you never knew like what camp to go to and which boss was more likely to drop the item you were looking for.
Yeah, but won't the bot groups kill Frenzied Ghoul?
Yeah, and then you
Oh,
have
yep.
to pay chrono to get the gear.
Yep.
So I think chrono is the real problem.
Yeah, I
They won't
agree.
get rid of that because that's how they make their money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather play on a different server that's not so chrono dependent.
I agree.
They made like an old school TLP server, no chrono. I'd probably go and try.
Yeah, exactly. If there was a
Same.
no chrono TLP, even just that was the only difference,
Ooh,
I'd do it.
there you go.
But they won't do it. A subscription is not enough money for them.
A subscription plus a cash shop plus a chrono is barely enough for them.
That would be really weird. Like, I don't even know if I know how to farm platinum anymore. Just doing trade skills.
Hill Giants.
Really? Yeah.
I might be going all day.
No.
Game closing it. I crashed.
Uh-oh. That was fancy. 24 chain chest, 1 stamina, 1 agility. Save it for my bard.
Wonder when those are going to come out.
What do you think will happen first, classes or races?
I think they'll add the bard. Oh, that's interesting. It can draw like the targeting ring on your beard, and it makes your beard look pink.
Yeah, they've got something wrong with the collision. It'll go across your shield too.
Uh-huh. I was like, did you change beard color? And I was like, nope, it's the targeting ring.
I'm back.
Let's
Welcome
see.
back.
Eight damage axe, 1 strength, 1 agility. Thorn steel hatchet.
I already have one.
This will be fun. Like next weekend, I think some of us will be getting level 20.
Close, yeah.
Like if we get 8, or if I get 19 on Friday, if you and I get 19 on, or I mean Saturday, if we get 19, we might get 20 on Sunday. Maybe not, because I don't think I'm going to get anywhere close to getting a level in today's session.
We're doing pretty good. I've got almost 25-ish%.
Yeah, I've gotten two bubbles. I'm thinking about going for about another 30 minutes here though, and then switching back over to EQ. Unless anybody has any objections.
I'm good with that. I need to get some food. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to stop my progress here, but I also want... There's a lot of things that I could take advantage of with the XP weekend. And being on vacation.
Yeah. Too bad it's not a bonus pearlescent fragment weekend.
Yeah.
I was reading a cleric epic progression thing last night, and you had to go to Soulbeat and then Skyfire to kill Ragefire.
Wait, what? You have to.
I don't
You're saying
remember
you
the
fight him
Soul
in
B
both?
part.
I thought they had taken him out of Soulbeat, but maybe not.
Yeah, I think it's like Burning Woods and Skyfire.
You gotta just do the turn in and Soul B the heart
Oh,
or something. The pearls, or I can't
Okay.
remember. There's just a turn in, and you have to wait for the human version of Ragefire to spawn or whatever to turn in that.
because
And
we're on a
there's the
free
one.
trade server, we may be able to just buy that heart.
Really?
Maybe.
Well, you could on Teak.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, cloth. 5 armor, 1 wisdom, 1 intellect. Save those for one of our casters, unless Darla needs them. I miss your voice, Rad. I'm feeling forced to have to keep an eye on chat.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm
My wife's
kidding.
here, so she did throw some shade when you guys were dissing the wizard class in EverQuest because she was a wizard for years.
Oh, I'm not dissing it. I'm feeling inadequate for what it's capable of. I was like, I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong because I know that I should be just smoking this Shadow Knight, but I'm still higher DPS overall, but like there are individual fights where he's doing it. So there's like a certain order you do everything to kind of maximize your damage.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's one of my favorite classes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna reduce this guy's healing. If there we go, someone did a thing. There. Reducing its healing, so even if it does get heals off, it's not as bad.
What's your
that's that mammal.
I'm sorry?
Rad, what's your favorite EverQuest class?
Oh, man, I had so much fun with so many classes, it's hard to pick. I really did like Monk, and I really did like Bard. I also like Cleric, just for classic healing. I don't know. I think those 3.
Is your chanter nearby?
Can be. She's in Demoth right now. Are you missing the mono regen?
I'm noticing it.
Yeah. I'll try to bring her over here. Just take me a few minutes.
What's your favorite area to fight in this game?
Oh, that's a tough one. I really like 8C because it has a large level spread between like the different parts. And it's really a dungeon that you can go into and find new things just about every time you go in there. It's pretty large. That being said, it's also, I feel, incomplete.
Oh, how so?
There's some doors that I think you're supposed to be able to unlock but can't. And then there are these like portals in one area. I feel they should go to other areas, and there's some parts of the dungeon have holes in them and you can kind of fall through. There's some collision issues. But I mean, it's a fun place. There are lots of named in different areas and different level ranges, so.
Yeah, and so far it's my favorite spot.
Yeah.
Lots of mob variation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a little spider area. They could even like make that bigger, because there isn't a dedicated like larger spider area. And then they have the ratkin, and they have the ghosts, and they have the crystalline shard, and then they also have the crypt fiends and cryptlings. So they've got quite a bit of things.
Yeah, that's extensive.
Yeah. And you also need Glimwort in that area to make the higher level crafting stuff.
One of our viewers, Papa Heels, is saying he likes HC, but his favorite is Mad Run.
Mad Run is good too. Mad Run is similar in the level difference, although it can get very hairy very quickly. I guess any place can. But Mad Run's another good place.
What does Halnir's top out at?
I think you can still get experience in the lower levels until close to 40.
Oh, wow.
Mad Run is a little bit lower, unless you count Agonoct, the huge level 40 spider in the center bottom. Let's see here. Yeah, Mad Run is another good, somewhat tiered dungeon with a bunch of bosses.
Yeah, Papa says Enchanter is a must.
Yeah, because we don't have bards yet.
He said his cleric is 27 and he was getting XP in the map room. I'm assuming of Halnir's.
Yeah, the map room in Halnir. Yep.
Is it
If
a map?
you go to,
Does the map have attack plans for the goblins to kill Nagafen? Hackrell and I are very curious.
I don't think so. I'm running my enchanter over. Give me a bit here. Oops, I feared. I didn't catch that. Sorry. Charm bones. Ooh,
Got him?
Got it. Okay. I can't run and gun at the same time.
We were in Soul B, or Soul A, and Hackrell came across this wall painting of the goblins planning to attack Nagafen.
It's like a MacGuffin.
Yeah, it was So cool to see little stuff like that.
Running Eye has a bunch of good graffiti from what I remember, but I can't remember what any of it is.
I think it was a lot of like skull and bones, and I thought I had that one. Sorry.
You've been like 100% up until this fight.
Yeah, well, I was in my other window, taking care of Rad when it was first pulled. So there we are.
It's a fun graphic. I don't mind getting feared by them.
Yeah. I feel like HC, well, maybe there are other dungeons. There are like outdoor dungeons, quote unquote, like the werewolves or the goblins in Wild End. So there's some places I haven't been to or seen. Oh, and then Little Goblin Cave in Thronefest is a little dungeon. There's a little spider area there too. Then there's Gadai Fort, which is also in Thronefest, along with the manor, which you guys have been to.
Well,
Hey,
hello.
Vlad.
It's
Morning.
Hey, Vlad.
Hey, we got a spot.
Vlad.
You want to join us?
What level's the characters?
15 to 18.
15 to 18. I got a shaman, and I think he's 17 or 18, somewhere around there.
That would work.
Okay. You get switched over.
Yeah, we're on Shard 2.
Shard 2. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I guess my definition of dungeon used to be limited to a zone in which you go into as like a cave or some sort of covered area. But I feel like this game is sort of rewritten a little bit what a dungeon can be, because there are a lot of outdoor or non-zone-in type areas.
Thornsteel Mace. 8 damage, 1 agility, 1 wisdom, 1-handed crushing. Anyone?
Let's see.
Oh, great.
What was okay? So what's the damage on it?
8.
Oh, yeah, that's an upgrade from the ethereal hammer, I think. If it's
Yeah, it should be.
Nope. My doggy is
Yeah.
trying to get my pizza. Oh.
Where
Yeah,
y'all at?
it is.
Orcs.
We're at group orcs at the top.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Close by.
What's your name?
Nakatana. Nakitana. I'm right here at Halnir's Cave Stone.
Last letter is A.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh yeah, to answer your question about those legendary abilities, like I checked the scroll master for my enchanter, and there's none of those abilities are there. So I feel like they're not quite implemented yet.
The ones that they announced like last week or the week before.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah, no, I mean, I think we would see a lot of enchanters and charming things if they were in.
Yeah. Mm. So I'm not doing much with my necromancer, and you guys are working hard.
That's okay.
Trying to get my
I wouldn't say
enchanted armor.
hard.
Oh, there's an orc. There's a snake in my boots.
Did you do anything exciting today, Vlad?
Nah, I helped someone finish off the Merchant Parsons for EverQuest, and I was looking for a group. There's not a whole lot going on. I saw y'all on. I was like, hey, I'll go talk to them.
It's always good to hear your voice, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think I can shimmy my way up this cliff and get to y'all.
Level you're climbing. I was going to see where you were on the map, but that's not a thing yet.
Yeah.
Press M.
Nothing.
Just got to look at your compass. You can kind of tell how close someone is by rotating. Because the more they move when you rotate, the closer they are.
Hey, geometry for the win.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh, we were doing arithmetic and algebra, now we're doing geometry in this game? Oh man.
It's triangulation. Well, kind of.
I was promised I'd never use this stuff again.
My relationship with math changed dramatically when the alphabet got involved.
Right.
Oh. Word problems?
I saw a great meme the other
algebra.
day.
Oh, I
I
see.
saw a great meme the other day. And it said Skeletor there, from He-Man. And he's like, day 17,542, and I still haven't had to figure out the area of a cone.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say that, like, it's when you're having to like figure out like the grade of a ramp to make ADA accessibility, you start realizing you probably should have paid attention more.
Okay.
Calculating the volume of stone you need to complete a wall. That's still pretty simple stuff, though.
Yeah, I actually do still use geometry and algebra when I'm doing animation on a computer, because the curves tell you how something is supposed to move, and if you can't translate in your brain, you don't understand how the movement is affected by the curve.
I remember stuff that's related to my job. So, like, I remember certain conversion rates, like 454 grams to a pound. And gallon of water weighs 8.34 pounds and stuff like that. Just stuff I had to use from my job. Or not a gallon, but I think it's a cubic foot of water. Whatever it is, I'm starting to slowly lose it because I ain't been working in a while.
Yeah. But now, if it's something that you use every day, you definitely know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, darling, getting some things. I feel like I missed Nakatana. Just a second.
Yeah, passing out shaman buffs.
Got 2 shaman in there too.
Oh, do we? Oh,
We do.
well, maybe I'm wasting my time.
Well, I don't know who's higher level than.
Oh, well, I think
Who
we
the-
were
this
due
buff?
for a refresh very soon, so I think.
Yeah, we were. It was like 2 minutes till refresh time. So
Wait. Not a total loss then.
Oh, you're such a cute little doggy.
Shaman pets?
Yes, apparently they give us a new pet over 5 levels now, so that's the 15 pet.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Get one at 10, then one at 15.
Well, that's a big improvement for you guys.
Yeah, because we was stuck with level 10 pet for the longest time.
Fair warning, I could see up under that loincloth when you died. He's a Ken doll.
What does the fire buff do?
The fire buff? Mark
Yeah,
Fire
like-
Claw?
No, when you get close to one of the orc
Oh.
campfire.
I think what it's meant to do is up your resting rate. I don't think it's fully implemented. I think it's supposed to make your rest and heal even more health and mana. But I don't think it's fully implemented.
I like that mechanic.
Yeah.
And I hope they give us the ability to set camps. See, I think that would be a really cool EverQuest ability for rangers. That they could, like the echoes that you get with auras, they could have like a campfire that they could place down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting, like if they had a version of the fellowship thing.
Or if it was like a buff, like it, increased certain regen.
She is. Yeah.
Well, 2 shamans, not very effective because nothing stacks.
What?
No, nothing stacks.
The dots used to stack.
No, they don't now.
Lame.
Yep.
Oh, no, don't get in there, another one.
Oh, this is a thumb trimmer. Oh boy. Good interrupt there.
Let's see.
I could bring them up. Well, the wizard's 22. Is that too high?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
I could bring the wizard instead.
Well, how much longer are we going to stay?
I was thinking about switching out over back to EverQuest pretty soon, but I'm willing to hang out for a little while since we've got somebody who joined us. What do you guys want to do?
I'm
Oh,
easy either way. You
that
guys.
was a good
I can mez one.
Okay.
You're going to stay in with Dave.
Kicked me right on top of his buddy. That was funny. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
using either way.
If we're going to stay for a little while, yeah, I can just bring the...
Uh-oh,
Wizard
someone's
over.
attacking the wall.
Oops! Like,
Don't
get through.
attack. Try not to attack the soothsayer, please.
Well, how long does everybody have? That's the other question.
I have all the time in the world.
I am getting hungry. I got maybe a half hour in me before I'm gonna need food.
All right, why don't we stick it out for another 30 minutes, and then Vlad, you can decide if it's worth getting your lizard.
Oh, I shouldn't be I'm gonna get stomped. Oh no, I didn't. I was just out of range. Yay! Reduced. Vlad, I don't know if you heard we got a new doggy.
Yeah. Cool.
I might have mentioned.
What kind is he?
Yeah. She is. We're getting a DNA test because she's a rescue. She's adopted.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But we think she's or they thought that she's a puggle, a pug beagle.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure if she's a dog, a cat, or a loaf of bread. That's a Mitchell's versus the Machines reference.
We might
That's
be able
something
to
people know.
rule that last one out pretty easily.
The loaf of bread? I don't know. When she sits there, it's amazing.
Yeah. I guess I'll just stick with the shaman for now since we're not going to be here long. Next time I'll just bring the wizard, though.
Sounds
That
good.
way we have...
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because the wizard's just pure damage. He's not going to mess with anybody's stuff.
Yeah, I'm bringing the Necromancer just because it's around the level range and it's rudimentary CC if we need it. You know? Root can mez one target, so
Nice.
yeah. Necros have a surprising amount of utility. I guess they always do. You think of Necromancer as just being pure DPS, maybe pet class, but they usually have other things that they can do.
Yeah. I'm struggling with my Pantheon Necromancer, but you know, I got Vlad over in EQ. He's pretty good, you know.
And once you get to level 12, your pet gets taunt. It's not great, but it does help. Although it's also like slightly different. You kind of get used to as a Necromancer getting beat on while your pet damages and you just cast siphon spells.
Bez is watching. He said, "Don't make me learn stuff."
Oh, oops.
How dare you be
sorry, that's the
informative.
teacher in me.
It is the weekend. No learning on the weekend.
What? I'd be learning all the time.
Vlad, what would you say your main character is on EverQuest?
Be my Necro. I'm really enjoying the Zerker, but I mean, the Necro, just the ability to solo is just too good for EverQuest. Like I was just in the Chamber of Puissance and Gilded Spire, and like taking 4 or 5 mobs at once, just me and my pet. I had my pet on one, I'd root one off to the side, I would swarm pet another one, and then switch my main pet over to the other one, so he'd be tanking 2, and just chilling, you know, like not even stressed out, like taking 4 or 5, you know, high-end mobs at the same time.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's
Hard
you
to
know,
beat
and then the Zerker like can't even handle like a light blue. He just dies so quick. By, you know, even with a Merc healer, they can't take the damage. But the Necro, like Rad was saying, is very utilitarian. There's a lot you can do, and not to mention at one point we had like 6 mobs in camp, and it was starting to get a bit overwhelming. I hit my Fear Storm, and it's a 10-second stun for, you know, in a radius around me. So I stunned everything for 10 seconds while I was able to get other stuff rerouted or whatever, and was still, you know, with 6 mobs, still didn't die. You know, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to have that, you know, ability.
Definitely.
But it's nuanced at the same time. Like, it's just from playing it a lot and just learning all the different abilities and when to do what. It's not a plug and play type of character.
Yeah, also saying he can solo anything on his Enchanter at the high end too.
Yeah. I have my Necro has a 125 alt persona Enchanter, and I can solo with him as well. It's just slower is all, because just not as much damage as the Necro, but he can do it. Well, when I say solo, I mean Molo, of course, with a Merc healer.
Yeah.
But like with the Merc healer, it's absolutely required to have that with the Enchanter. But the Necro, I don't even need the Merc healer. I can I use the Merc Healer just because I'm lazy, but I can keep the pet healed myself and just trade out one of my dots for pet heal, and I don't even need the Merc Healer.
This one's a fast caster. I haven't been able to get all of its heals.
Yeah, these Shaman orcs are nasty.
They just heal a lot. They've got 2 heal over times that they use.
Mm-hmm.
I reduced its healing by 50%. Oh, sorry, 25%, but it's just a little bit.
That's a pretty good little group here y'all got going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been able to. I don't think there's been anything that's really destroyed us except for this one orc on the way to here one day.
Yeah, yeah. We were in the wrong neighborhood there.
I mean, we had some wipes in the goblin caves, but it was nothing we weren't able to recover from.
Yeah. But I think that dude that stomped us at those boulders was like level 30, Brad was saying.
Oh, if it was an ogre, yeah, they're like level 30.
Yeah.
Ogre infiltrators.
Yeah, the ones in those big, like the round sphere rocks.
Yeah.
Looks like they stole them from out front of Target.
I think Vlad and UK used to call them rabbit droppings.
That's funny.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you talking about there in AVP?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's where we used to meet people trying to run from Wild's End to Throne Fast. We'd try to meet them at the rabbit droppings there.
I don't want to see that rabbit.
Well, this is before we figured out the easy path to get from Throne Fast to Wild's End, and before teleports, of course, too.
What are you eating? I'm suspicious. I see a mouth opening and closing and chewing on something.
It's a puppy. He's eating anything he can get his teeth on.
Yup. Probably. I'll check here in just a little bit. Upper doodle.
What are these Timberwolves trained to do? Attack us? Is that it?
Yes,
Yeah.
attack people.
Guard down.
Non-works.
Yeah, now the light's getting good.
Mm-hmm.
I would have sworn that Nakatana was going to be an ogre.
Yeah, that's also the name of my WoW shaman, who's not an ogre but an orc.
Mhm.
So I just carried it over to Pantheon.
What spec did you do your shaman on WoW?
Well, originally I started out in vanilla WoW, and he's actually a Tauren shaman. What's the spec called? The melee DPS spec. I just forgot what it's called. Enhancement. That was back in the Wind Fury days before they because they've changed the talent system a whole bunch in WoW over the years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But back then, Wind Fury shamans were just crazy in PvP, just absolutely crazy. Because you had a big two-hand weapon, and you'd run up on somebody, and boy, once Wind Fury proc, they just died. It was the instant death. It was glorious.
Because it was a free hit, right?
Well, it was when you put the buff on you, it was just RNG to where it'd proc or not, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you would melee them, and it just wouldn't go off, and you just get roasted. But if it ever procced, it was an instant win, because it'd just be like 1,600, 400 damage, and they'd be dead. Just pop, pop, pop. And then they nerfed that, and they made it where you couldn't do Wind Fury on two-handers anymore. You could only use one-handers with Wind Fury, which is what enhancement shamans are now. And so I switched to elemental after that, and fell in love with elemental shamans and chain lightning stuff down, and lava bursting is glorious. I love it. But I'm an old man. I can't do WoW mechanics anymore. It requires
Don't say that.
It requires young people with fast reflexes to play WoW, especially PvP.
I've heard that's how some of these bosses are. Like, you've got to get everybody's exact skill timed up just right to take out some bosses.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't experienced it yet, but well, except for pressure plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what would be a boss. No, get off my keyboard, please. No.
I want to play.
Well, we can't really do Wyken until we're in our 20s anyway.
Very close.
Well, I would say the tank should be at least 24. So that'll be a little bit. Yeah, Mad Run, you need an enchanter. But I could come along outside of the group and help with that. What else? I mean, there are bosses in 8C for different things. But I feel like low 20s is too low for that. Yeah,
Ned.
Oh. You do?
Oh, no, never don't. Sorry, it was my pet. I thought
Wait, we do?
Nope, I'm just a nerd.
I love like the lore behind like a forgetful shaman who's like, oh wait, is that my pet or?
See, you would benefit from training your wolf like the orcs do.
Yeah, shaman pets are kind of garbage.
I think they're better now since you get one every 5 levels.
Yeah, a little bit better, but they're still hot garbage compared to like summoners or even necros.
Yeah. Druid
can't-
pets don't attack; they only heal and buff.
No, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what,
If you try to have Herode attack something, she'll say, or it'll say Herode is not interested in doing that.
Ah!
It's like, nope.
It's like I think it's great that they're doing stuff like that. Like I love the clumsy Black Rose guards that were hitting the other NPCs.
Oh, yeah. There's a
Yeah.
drowsy one, and yeah. Yeah, they should have like a drunk guard, or
Every time
have those.
every
You
time
talk about-
when the Gadai die, they have this like Wilhelm scream.
Oh yeah. Ah.
What were you saying, Vlad?
I was thinking about, he's talking about the forgetful shaman. It reminded me of us grouping with a bard once, not too long ago, and we was doing missions, and we're all talking about, what we're going to do and who does what, whatever. And he goes, "Okay, who's the bard?" And we're like, "You're the bard, bro." Like,
You,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
funny.
to be fair, he don't normally play a bard. He usually plays a shaman. But who's the bard?
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you could just play the bard
I'm not
and just
getting
do
my
the shaman things that bards do.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about the conversion rate, but necromancers can give mana a lot faster than an enchanter can. Oh, Vlad, you are like triple dotted. You're going to need to heal yourself up.
Oh boy.
No, heathen.
What did you do?
It's fine.
Do it to yourself?
Yeah. No, the Hexmaster got him with
Yeah.
3 dots. Got to do some crafting after this and stop slacking.
What's on the menu?
Well, I was thinking, well, I don't have any, can't make armor or weapons, but I was looking at leather and cloth and what people might need. But also, Vlad, there were some pieces I said I was going to make you. I think I haven't yet. I may need to hunt down some ingredients.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I still I've been meaning to log on and give you, because my shaman has a whole bunch of stuff too, the dust
okay.
and all that in his bank. I just haven't gotten around to giving it to you yet.
Oh, no problem. I haven't been on a lot of the week. The puppy and my daughter going to therapy. It's been a
Yeah.
lot of. See, that's what puppy. And at least you're not a cat. A cat would have done that on purpose. Dropped my phone on the floor. You just did it by accident. That's okay. You're extremely cute. I love your cuteness.
Puppies are known for their overwhelming cuteness.
Yeah. And I swear, well, she's cute, but she does have the... Ah, stop. Where's your thing? Where's your toy? Bring your toy. She has the pug eyes looking in, like, opposite directions thing going on.
Okay.
The opposite of cross-eyed, you know?
Wall-eyed.
Wall-eyed? Is that what it's called?
I think that's wall-eyed.
Okay.
Makes sense, kinda.
Oh, you brought in a wolf. Yay. Oops, wrong thing.
You gonna let the puppy fight this one?
Uh-huh. I think she'd win. She's pretty bitey.
Mm-hmm.
I call you bitey because that's what you do. Do miss watching The Tick. It's been a while.
Spoon.
Yeah. Having a superhero that's just super dumb. And then they had some silly superheroes. There was like Meteor Tractor Man. If he ever used his power, he'd be dead. How do you know that he can attract meteors?
I don't remember that hero.
I like the Mad Bomber, what bombs at midnight.
Well, they did have that one guy, the bullet or whatever. The guy that shot himself out of the cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Putting that on the Tick. Wasn't that a superhero?
Yeah.
I was in high school. My friends and I, we read the X-Men a lot, and we were talking about how, like, how did it work out that, like, every mutation ended up being a benefit? So we imagined a superhero group called the Beta Team, where their mutations weren't necessarily all that great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was like that movie. What was it called?
Mystery Men. Mystery Men, yeah.
Men. Yeah.
Yeah.
The leader of our group was they called him Weakling 98. The madder he got, the weaker he got.
So the opposite of Mr. Furious, huh?
Or the whole.
Mm-hmm.
Super Zeros.
Went back to Mystery Men. Yeah, that was the kid that goes invisible. He's only invisible when nobody looks at him.
There you go. Strong Bad did an email thing about that. You can turn into any species of balloon animal.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they've come up with a whole bunch of different like superhero movies. There was Project Power too with what's his name? Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. That That's actually pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah. It's a drug you take and you don't know what your superpower is. Your superpower could kill you. You could burst into flames. You could be a human bomb, you know. Or you could be like him. I think they had a parallel between him and there's that shrimp. What is it called? It basically punches super fast.
The Mantis ship. The Mantis.
Yeah, mantis shrimp. They punch so fast that they superheat and boil the water around where they're punching. Yeah. And they can crack open the shells of bigger crustaceans. In fact, I think one knocked an arm off of a crab. But yeah, so like, yeah. So they sort of ran parallels between some animals and some of the powers that people would get.
Now, do you think that role-playing games or fantasy MMOs, is there a class that do you feel like has always been missing?
Always been what?
Missing.
Missing. That's a good question.
I'd like to see an expansion on more different types of healers, like a blood mage. So it's, you know, you transfer health with dots from an enemy to an ally, and it would be a cloth wearing, you know, healer.
That's exactly the one I was thinking of. The one like Vanguard had that class, and I thought it was fantastic. I was surprised no one ever picked up on it.
I think Alad's had a class that was like that too. That's one. Trying to think of fantasy movies that I've seen. Oh wow, your health is super low, Rebel.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do this.
Not that I've ever seen it in like a fantasy movie, but I've never really seen a ranged tank. Like where you would take a mob with like knockbacks or something. I don't know, but
don't they have that a little bit in Final Fantasy 14 with Gunbreakers?
Oh, that
Kind of. They don't really knock back. You have that a little bit, although it's fantasy sci-fi in Star Wars Galaxies Online with the Bounty Hunter. Because you have cables and stuff to pull things to you. You also have a jetpack to jump into crowds. And you've got like flamethrowers, which are cone AoEs. So there's some ranged ability there. But yeah, a ranged tank or a wizard tank, like a wizard.
Mage.
Yeah.
That would be great.
A battle mage, like summons rock around them, or you know, encases himself in a golem, or whatever it is.
I can't think of anything specifically for me but I did appreciate. There's one thing from Guild Wars 2, which I played the beta on. What's the class called?
Engineer?
Oh, sorry.
No.
I'll be back. My pup's getting into trouble.
Okay.
Hey, no.
But anyway, they use like illusions, right?
Oh, the Mesmer.
Mesmer, that's it. I really thought that was a cool class.
Yeah,
and that's what I played, was a Mesmer.
Yeah, I played that class too. It was really cool.
Yeah, they weren't that great per se, but man, it was fun and it was cool. Like, it was something totally unique.
I did love the mechanic in Guild Wars where your weapon would change how your base ability would manifest.
Yeah.
If you change the weapons out, like you could be a Mesmer with a sword, and the sword ability would be different from the staff ability.
Well, say I was really into LARPing back then, so I wanted my Mesmer to use a two-hand sword, right? Great sword.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did, was I would walk around with a two-hand sword wearing a robe, you know. whatever.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was cool. It's kind of going for like a Sephiroth type thing.
Now,
Yeah, there was a
in Monsters
class
and
kinda like that
Memories,
in Conan too.
I'm sorry.
Cool. It was a big
In Monsters and
two-handed
Memories,
cloth wielder.
sorry,
Hmm.
two-handed cloth wielder. That reminds me of D&D because there's an Inquisitor class that's a two-handed weapon, cloth holy damage. And then they have an Inquisitor in Monsters and Memories, but it's like an anti-magic tank. Yeah. So it's interesting, but they do they wear plate though, so it's not like the Inquisitor from D&D. So there's some different, different takes on an Inquisitor. They also had an Inquisitor in D&D, or maybe it was something else, Invoker, that was kind of like a cloth-wearing holy crowd control, which is interesting. So I mean, I like looking to role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games, because there's a lot of innovation in some of the classes there.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, you want me to throw your thing? I can't throw it if you're holding on to it. Oh, you
Throw it with you attached, Milo.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a geomancer that is a crowd control.
Yeah.
Kind-
You control the earth.
yeah, so you can like lock people into the ground and
Yeah.
slow them down with mud.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Have a rock
That
golem pet.
it makes me, that might be a cool idea to explore. Now I'm thinking about it. You made me think about it. Like, why isn't there a Full Metal Alchemist role playing game yet? MMO. Because you could have
Yeah.
you could have like a geomancer type on with Full Metal Alchemist, right? I don't know if you're
Yeah.
familiar with anime or not.
Well, yeah, Full Metal Alchemist I'm familiar with, certainly. But yeah,
Yeah.
that would be fun if you could have magicians that were all differentiated, like a pyromancer, a geomancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Avatar kind of lends itself to that too, right? With the different tribes.
Mm-hmm.
You know. A lot of times in MMOs, you just have a wizard and then they can specialize in some sort of damage. But yeah, it would be kind of fun to have different classes. That reminds me a little bit of what's it called? Did you guys ever see Shadow and Bone?
Yes. Yeah.
So the Grisha, they're like air Grisha and like
Yeah.
the heart Grisha, I forget what they're called.
They're all specialized in different
Yeah.
types that you're talking about. Yeah.
And there's some that are really rare, like the Shadow and the Light Grisha, right? Super rare, so not playable. But the Wind Grisha. I didn't see an Earth Grisha, but there were Fire Grisha, lots of them.
Alrighty. I think it's time for me to get some food here. Sorry.
Okay,
That's
no, all good.
Food is good.
Mm-hmm.
Food is good.
You may report to the druid room?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, port back to the Druid Ring. Gotcha. Let's do
Well, this was nice. I got more than half a level.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of
thanks for
stuff
coming,
for
Brad.
alts.
I'll be back.
And thanks everybody out there for joining us. Got 6 viewers right now.
Nice.
Please join me on Tuesday nights for my Broken Mirror progression over on EverQuest, and Wednesday nights many of us are involved in the Fezzelwig forums MMO hippie level lock progression. We're at 65 in Planes of Power. And then, of course, Fezzelwig has his leveling groups on EQ going Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. So join us for all of that kind of stuff. And we'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
And Tavik just said in chat, "Hey, yo, finally got connected." I'm guessing you're done. Yes, Tavik, so sorry. But we're going to be switching over to... We're taking a break and we'll be over in EverQuest. I don't think I'll be streaming, but... oh, yeah, you've got Fez's group. But we might be able to do something before that. So, we'll see you guys next time.